have the hair on my shoulder or behind me?
I think you should do like a flip at some point.
Like you go back and forth.
Okay.
Like play with it a little bit. Have fun with it, babe. Yes!
Yeah.
Sober Shawtys, episode 3.
Episode 3, baby.
Episode 3. Hey, Shawtys.
What's up, Shawtys?
How y'all doing?
They're doing fine.
How are you doing?
I'll speak for them.
How are you doing, almost birthday boy?
Yeah, so we're filming this one before we leave to my birthday vacation. That all the girlies are coming.
Okay, we finna tear Newport Beach up.
Yeah. So last year we did a trip to Laguna Beach, and it was just super sporadic and random, and we just sat on the beach all day, and we had such a good time. We're doing it again this year.
It became an annual thing last year.
Yeah.
Like for that to be our first, trip, and how well it was, and chaotic and wild and great.
And sober.
And sober.
Come on.
And that's what we're going to talk about.
So
today we're talking about birthdays.
Come on, birthdays.
Birthdays and breakthroughs, okay? At this point, we have had, I have had 2 sober birthdays. Tomorrow will mark your 3rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like the biggest Leo you'll ever fucking be, ever. So, big Leo energy. We're almost done with y'all. So,
I don't want Virgos to come, though.
also, same.
Like,
Let's just skip and get to Libra.
Please.
Except, well, Beyonce's a Virgo, though.
the only acceptable.
The only acceptable Virgo, right?
But yeah, so I've had 2 sober birthdays, and like why we wanted to talk about birthdays today was because we're at a point in our lives to where we've changed the way that we're celebrating our birthdays now that we're sober. I remember like prioritizing alcohol during every single birthday that I've had in the past. Like,
because how could you not?
Yeah, how fucked up? How fucked up are we about to get?
Literally.
On this birthday? Oh, we gotta go harder next time. Like, like what?
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
So,
Old time liver screaming.
Right.
Like, girl,
Please.
please.
It's like, why are we trying to top ourselves every year on how fucked up we can get, thinking our bodies like can handle more the older we get? It's just so weird.
When did you start celebrating your birthdays with alcohol? Like, when did that become like commonplace?
Ooh. Great segue, babe. She's getting better. Look at her. Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
So that's actually a great question, because I was just going to mention my senior year of high school. Me and my best friend Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. He was a junior and I was a senior, and we have the same exact birthday. Of course, I'm 96, he's 97, but we have the same exact birthday.
I forgot that.
And we planned like the high school, like, because that year, specifically in 2014, at least in LAUSD, school usually started in September, and that was the first year it started in the beginning of August. So we were like at this point of like, oh, cool, we get to finally like be those school kids that walk around with the balloons and stuff like that, because we never did that before.
It's so tea, by the way.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it the funnest thing?
It's so tea. You said this was your 18th birthday?
I was 17 when I
17,
graduated.
okay.
Yeah, so I was 17 and he was turning, I was turning 17, he was turning 16. And where was I going with that? So
your first birthday.
Yeah, we wanted to. We got to do our birthdays finally during the school year. So we were like, let's throw a party. So we threw like I had some other homies that like helped us like find a house, like helped us out get the alcohol, the whole super bad vibe.
Yeah.
Mind you, we're like, anyways. So we throw this party. We tell the entire school to come. We didn't care, like
as you
like
should.
If cool kids, fucking athletes, like we told everybody to come.
The freaks. Y'all
And
too. No, I'm kidding.
everybody came to this party. We got so fucked up. People were dancing on the roofs. Hopefully we can put some clips like right here. Because,
Oh, you got footage?
Oh, I got footage.
Period.
Oh my God. So, yeah, insert footage here.
Hey, yo.
So we got really fucked up. Everyone, like, it was the coolest thing ever. A great way to start the school year, especially senior year. I was a cheerleader at the time, so it was just a great way to start the year. Then I ran
been
for.
so T also if we were
Come on.
on the same squad.
Yes.
together. I was a cheerleader too.
Yeah. And then that year, like, it really catapulted my senior year. I ran for homecoming king and won. The whole thing just really catapulted the year. And then, of course, for Brandon too, like him, you know, being a part of that senior community, but also still in his, you know, environment, really helped him too with like society. But anyways, that was the first time that, I mean, of course I was drinking, but that was the first time that like I started to really celebrate my birthday with alcohol. And from there, again, I got to a point to where I was like, how can I, you know, go harder the next year? Like, how fucked up can I get the next time? Or like, what does the banger look like next time for the party? And yeah, it just got worse and worse, and here we are sober. Long story short.
Long story boring. That's why we're here, you know.
Fast forward, we're sober now.
To start at 17, even just thinking of how much time that is before 21, like that.
Yeah, and like how it was so okay. Like again, the whole school was there. Everyone's fucked up. Like how okay it was for that mindset to be. It's crazy just looking back at it. But what about you? What was your first
birthday?
First birthday lit.
Well, first I would say, you know, in terms of what you had just said with the mindset back then, I mean, our brains are not fully developed then, so I would give yourself some grace on the mindset because we're just trying to like be cool and be grown, you know, so.
And like I said in episode 2, like seeing my family do that so often during just regular weekends or just like at a birthday family function, like just seeing how, like let's get fucked up, like
so
that was so embedded. Go ahead.
I would say, so first birthday I celebrated with alcohol for real. Oh, it's a blur. No, I'm kidding. I think my 20th because I was doing summer session at school at WSU, and
Go
I had
Cougs.
Go Cougs, you did it! Oh my God, real quick side note. When I was driving back from California last week, you know my license plate says like Washington State alumni. Driving, I hear like, I'm on St. Rose, and someone next to me, another white car, has their window down and they have like their phone out the window. I turn to look and it's these 2 black girls in the car and they're screaming like, "Go Cougs," like WSU, and they're like showing me a picture of them. I roll the window down, start screaming at them, and it just, that made my whole day because I'm like, what are the odds that Washington State University, we're in Vegas, and it's 2 other black girls who I assume either go there or maybe they have a sibling, but they knew like, you know, "Go Cougs," and they didn't even know who I was until I rolled my window down. So it was just this cute ass like insecure Issa Rae moment, like, "Hey girl," you know? So anyways, shout out to school. But summer session, I remember I had like a final on my birthday.
Wait, I'm sorry, you said freshman year, senior year?
No, this is my junior year. So I was turning 20.
Okay.
I had some friends come to my house like the night before my birthday, got me toe up. Literally came through the door with a bottle and was like, "Happy birthday." Pour up, and I'm studying.
You're like, please.
And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I remember that birthday, had a house party at a friend's house, passed the fuck out. My parents ended up coming over too, and my little sister. I was so hungover. But, you know, for all things considered for that, it was pretty fine. The big one was next year in 21, and I came to Las Vegas. But at that point, I was already like drinking in school. But the 21st birthday is really what set it off because I came to Vegas for the first time. And, you know, like it's like, okay, finally I'm able to purchase this and show my ID and do my thing. But for me, because I was so against kind of drinking in high school, I was not rocking with it. Like everybody who was doing that, they were just getting into shit, and I was like, no, like the stories sound crazy, and I was already having so much fun anyway without needing to do anything. So yeah, I was cool off that, but. College, first turned up birthday, and then literally every single birthday after that up until 30. So 30 was like the last one, and I think I may have said this in the first podcast. Like I knew then, like I do not want to celebrate another birthday like this. I'm so trash.
The Hennessy one?
Yes. And it was like Hennessy the night before, Friday night, and then at the day of my party, which I forgot my ID, fell asleep in the club. They almost tried to kick me out, but they're literally like, it's her party. Like, she good. She just need a second. Because I was so out. I was gone. Like, I had been drinking Henny a couple hours before the party. Then we get there. They're bringing out Casamigos, like another bottle of Henny. Like, it just excess, and we're all up in there wilding. When I say I was acting a fool.
This is 30, right?
Yes. And my parents are there. My sister's there.
That's crazy. See, the junior year one was you turning 20. Or you in your 20s.
That was me turning 20. Oh, wow. Yeah,
and
that's literally 10 years.
To 30. Wow.
10 years.
And everything else is just probably like a blur.
Not even. I remember almost every like 22, I'd have to kind of look back because I can't recall.
Yeah.
23, I had got a hotel with some friends in Seattle, and we went out to the club. 24, I had a Henny and lemonade party.
But it involved alcohol.
25, came to Vegas again, with my boyfriend at the time. 26, I was living in Vegas.
Hit the strip.
Turned up. Yeah, back on the strip. Went to Dre's at 2 a.m, was outside. 27, pandemic, drinking, Airbnb. 28, my 70s party.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So, the 70s party.
Yes.
So that
we can insert photo here.
Yeah. The guns.
Right.
So that 70s party, the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because during that 70s party, that was like my peak of not only alcohol, but the other drugs as well. That was like peak of that. So I remember your 70s birthday party. That was when I was like heavily doing cocaine. Doing it like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, nobody's business. And so that night of your 70s birthday I remember it so vividly because we went to like 3 different parties that night. And on top of like, of course, having our own bag and traveling with our own bag and driving under the influence and like just being completely reckless. I'm like shaking.
Okay. It's real, okay?
Being completely fucking reckless. And yeah, we went to a birthday party at the Palms. They had like a rooftop party. Like, of course, we get there. Everyone else is also has their party favors, and we're just going around sharing party favors, just getting fucked up. Mind you, we pregame at the house. So then we get to this place, leveled up, more fucked up. Right. And then after that...
Yeah, because I was like the last stop, right? Or did you go somewhere else?
We went somewhere else after that. That's where we left, yeah. So we then go to your house, and then you have this cute 70s theme. We met the girls. And we did more shit there.
I didn't even... completely oblivious to this. Like, I didn't even know there was like a whole nother party happening inside of my party. Like,
no, for real.
And I wasn't, partying at that time, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. Looking at it, it's just so crazy because, and like even going back to what you were saying about you not drinking in high school, like our stories are so different, but like they just.
But how did we get in the same place? Right?
How did we like? line up so smoothly to get. It's just so crazy. Like the world is so crazy. Like how do we line up to get here? We weren't even like, I was. You were thinking about going sober before I was, and I wasn't even as bad as you were. Or I'm sorry, you weren't even as bad as I was, and I went sober. It's just like the whole.
And I feel like as bad as you were is subjective because, like,
correct.
A lot of what I was experiencing prior to Vegas and then getting here, you know, who I was dating, like.
Correct.
I had a period where. Let's see, this was probably like 2019 where I was like, hey, you know, I'm not trying to like party in that way anymore because it was starting to be not fun.
Yeah.
I was starting to feel like those side effects, like for some people it makes them very angry. For me, I literally was like, I'm about to call my parents and confess everything. Like I felt so like such a piece of shit. And so I remember I had a couple months like, you know, just out the party scene. Like I wasn't doing that anymore. And the person who I first started entertaining, like literally brought me like a bag the next time he saw me. And I was like not out of it enough that I ended up like getting.
We're talking about devil horns?
Yeah. Devil horns, yeah. Fuck him. Anyway. But yeah, you know, like just because literally, like on my soul. Like literally.
After you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You know, but part of the journey, like being in this town and having everything accessible to you and things just become more casual. And alcohol is the real gateway drug, in my opinion, because I notice for me now, not everybody who drinks, some people, alcohol's their shit. Like, they like, I'm cool, like, this is my thing. But it just makes everything so much easier. Like, eventually, and alcoholism is a progressive disease. So, like, over time, no, you know, I may not have been killing, like, 2 bottles of wine and or doing drugs, like, in the beginning. But, like, over time, you just will kind of watch yourself be comfortable doing things that you never thought you would be cool with. So especially being in Las Vegas, party environment, like literally you can, it's so normal. It's so normal. But yeah, you know, I wasn't as like deep into that, but I definitely had my moments of it, you know, but for me, it just like, it made me feel so, you know, horrible. The combination of it both, like I had to give it up. Yeah. And then obviously like the last time ever was, you know, 2-3 years ago, like that day, right?
Right.
Sorry, I don't know if I want that in there.
Right, we're like, cut that.
I don't know, but
so mentioning the last time, for me, the last time I had some family in town and we went bar hopping and stuff, and we were obviously doing cocaine, drinking, and on top of that we added Molly to the fucking right. So I'm
a cocktail, babe.
Nuts. Right, yes. So I'm going nuts this final night, and long story short, I mean I can go through the whole story, but long story short, I end up asleep in the middle of the street.
In a car?
On the sidewalk, honey. So yeah, I told you this.
Yeah.
So I was walking back. So we ended up in the casino. And the hotel that we were staying at was like a block away from the casino that we were in. So everyone left, and I'm just like, I want to stay. Like, there's literally standing in the casino, like, nothing. I don't know anyone, nothing going on. Standing in the casino, like, I want to stay. I'm going to stay out 2 a.m.
Right.
End up, like, making the decision to go home. I walk home, and I just collapse. Falls asleep on the sidewalk. Police come and get me. Luckily, I don't know how super blessed, but luckily the police put me in a wheelchair and literally rolled me back to my hotel room, asked me the room number, took me to the room. Mind you, I can tell what's going on. I know they're rolling me. I know my name and all that, but like I just am so incapacitated to. There's nothing I can do. I can't get up. So they knock on the door, and like my brother opens the door, and like they're like throwing me out the wheelchair.
Here he is. Get him out of here.
Oh, and that was like the last time that I got like that kind of fucked
That
up.
lit.
And then I went sober. Yeah.
When did you get sober after that? Like the next year?
I think it was the next year
Okay.
because it was my birthday, so
No, that makes sense.
it had to be the following year.
And you know, so for me, just a little segue, how do we celebrate now?
Yes.
So, and you know, like we were saying, we could literally go on and on about the lit birthdays. Disclaimer, there were some times, of course, I do have some fond memories, but also I knew in the beginning of my second sober journey in 2024, a big goal of mine was to make it to my birthday because I had never had a sober birthday. And I was like, you know, last time I was doing this, I folded about May and I went to Houston for my birthday and I did not stop drinking until August of 2023. Like I was locked in from that point on damn near every day.
What is that even like? What locked in drinking?
Yeah.
What is that like? Where do you think that came from? It was just that.
I
Did you
think
feel like you were fighting it so hard that you were drinking so much? Like you were fighting sobriety so hard that you were purposely doing that to yourself, or like what was? Or you just felt like you're, you know, in your 20s, like if you could think back.
It felt progressive because I was 29 at the time and I had been sober about like 5 months, 6 months. I started drinking again and, you know, I thought like I could handle it. And then it just, you know, I got back with my ex that summer and I loved, you know, to drink around him because it just made stuff feel smoother. You know, like it made it feel like we were just on a better level.
Yeah.
All problematic as fuck. And
Yeah.
I knew that, but I wasn't in a place to let it go, you know, and it just continued on like that whole year. And the mental battle of like, I know I need to do something about this, but like I'm not ready. I'm just not ready. And
that's fine. That's fine.
And that's fine.
That is okay.
You have to be ready.
Yes.
But I knew, and you know, that just allowed life to show me more of like, hey, Bookie, that's fine. That is fine that you're not ready. And I hope you become ready because it's just gonna keep keep getting harder.
Yeah.
So my therapist at the time, I was like, okay, I really want to make it to my first birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I did. And I remember I had my photo shoot that year. We could insert a picture of that because those pictures, chef's kiss. But that was something for myself. I didn't get to do one for my 30th. I wasn't feeling happy in my body during that time. I actually didn't even realize kind of like what I was giving at the time until a year later. So the photo shoot was like a present to myself. But when I saw those pictures and I saw like what I looked like, and that was only like,
you like dove into those pictures when you looked at them.
Like I was like, damn, like that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And just look at you. You know what I mean? Like your presence like that, it just was such a stark difference that I was like, I want to keep going. And that first birthday dinner I had, now I was beefy with them. I was beefy with y'all because
birthday dinner.
Yeah, I remember Toco Madera. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it was really important to me to have like my close friends there. These two motherfuckers was like, we're
fine.
poor, so
that's fine.
We can't come. Even though I was like, eat beans and rice, bitch. I don't care.
That's fine.
But I went to Toco Madera, and all of my friends who came, with the exception of one, from what I remember, they didn't drink. And the friend who was drinking, this is someone who like we have shared about our experiences together, like in our struggles, and that we both were having issues, you know. So on one hand, I remember thinking like, you know, like, dang, this is kind of like a big dinner for me, and I would appreciate if, you know, you weren't drinking, but I could empathize with that. And I know that feeling of like, I'm not drinking right now, but all I'm thinking about is as
Ordering.
soon as I peel off out of here, I'm about to go to the bar. Like,
Yeah.
or I'm about to pick up something and get
On the way
lit
home.
at home
Yeah.
by myself because, you know, I'm anxious right now, or like I need something.
Wow.
And so it was the duality in that moment. Like, you know, I'm not trying to, and even that same friend, like when we had come back to my house and Megan was there and they had given me, you know, my gifts and we were playing music, hanging out, but that friend was like, I'm gonna get some wine. I want to get some wine. But that friend also knows, like, I had a rule, like, I don't want none of that in my house. I cannot have it in my house right now. And I kind of looked like, I'm okay, you can do that, but you're not bringing it back here. You know, and of course that was respected. And my friends went home probably about like 11 p.m. And, you know, I was just like kind of sitting in my house like, okay, I did it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I had the birthday, I did the photo shoot, I looked great, I had the dinner, and now I'm just like sitting at home and it's kind of quiet, and that's okay. And then me and Megan, we went out to Fremont. We did First Friday the next night, and you know, went out, danced a little bit. Like my other friend Candy came, and it was just like some chill shit. And then later that summer, it went from, okay, boom, you got your first birthday. Can you do, this will be my first summer. I went on my first vacations sober. You know, like I went to Mexico, and
Oh, that's right.
you know, for work. I had a big work opportunity out there, and then I went, I extended my trip with one of my homegirls who came, and this is, you know, a friend that I had been really wanting to repair things, and like, I had a lot of anxiety about, okay, this is our first trip, but I'm a different person now. This is like our first trip since kind of falling out, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just really important to me to not only prove to myself, like, you can have fun here, but also like showing, you know, a loved one, like, hey, like this is what I'm on now, and you know, just like thank you for being here and showing up and giving me like another opportunity, but also me being able to stand in like, hey, you know, like I've made some mistakes, I can atone to that, but this is who I am today and what I'm trying to do, you know. So first birthday, it definitely felt a little like, okay, but this year I had my second sober birthday. LOL, I was definitely crashing out this birthday, I'm not gonna lie. Crying in the club, it was very emotional. It was very emotional.
Wait,
but,
this, are we talking about?
Yeah, 32.
Okay.
Crazy, 32.
Wait, we're talking about like.
So I was talking about 31.
Okay.
But 32, this was my second one. And again, successful birthday. Like I executed everything I wanted to do, but I was so emotional this birthday. I just had so much on my heart. I don't know. Like, and it's okay to cry on your birthday. You know? And that's
that's the breakthrough that I wanted to talk about. Like, it's crazy. Like, you're a year and a half in, I'm 2 years in. You know, you've had 2 sober birthdays, coming from like having multiple birthdays involving alcohol. And same with me, this is going to be my 3rd birthday without involving any like substances or alcohol. And I've been so emotional. Like, the breakthroughs are crazy. Like, not having alcohol to, you know, kind of like use as this pseudo celebration, and just having to like sit with all of those emotions of like the growth you've done and like the shit you've been through, and like seeing it, and not just, you know, using these parties and alcohols to just push all of that aside, push all that success aside. You're sitting with it and you're like, oh my God, like, what is this feeling? Like, you really have to sit there and like think about it, and it makes you want to cry.
Like it, you know, and just like, thinking about what I've been through, like how much work it took to get here, to see, like, for me at my birthday dinner, to see the love reflecting back at me, you know, like that was so literally profound, you know, getting your flowers. And of course, like throughout the year, we give each other our flowers all the time, but you know, like I had said there, you know, there are people who I thought would be here, you know, like who aren't, you know, but looking at who is and seeing like, you know, y'all have loved me in all of my phases and every like iteration of, I don't know if that's the word, but like, you know, every different version of myself. to get here. And even though at the time I kind of felt like a brat on my birthday, like I was very like, you know, my dress didn't fit how I wanted it to. And it kind of sent me into and that sounds very small, but like it sent me into a very like negative kind of talk space, even though the dress don't fit because you've continued to like get more fit in your journey and stuff. But you know, the day of, like, I'm like, I ain't got time for that shit. Like, what's going on? No one noticed it though. No one could even tell. Literally everything went perfectly. But yeah, sitting with like those demons, you know, those like that negative self-talk, like that's the old me, you know, like feeling like you don't deserve to be pretty right now, even though it's like, girl, you quite literally don't even look like the same person. Like you, you know, but still like grappling with that inner voice. And, you know, I had to like let myself release that. Like, and the next day I was crying so hard but I needed to get that off because, you know, the rest of the weekend was great. And then also it's just like, you're literally like in a new age, new era, like tears are okay. Like this entire process is so transformative and like we're unpacking new things every day. And even in that weekend, like there were a couple things that had happened where, you know, one of my best friends, I'm kind of like crashing out like, oh, and, you know, her just kind of bringing some things to my attention. Like, well, do you think like, well, let me back up. Basically her just acknowledging to me like, hey, what you're experiencing right now, like, you know, your feelings aren't always fact. She didn't say that, but like you being upset right now is valid, but I want you to also recognize like your friend over here, they weren't being like, this ain't that, you know, like they're not coming for you right now at all. Like, I think you might still be experiencing, you know, some PTSD. Like, and I remember I was like, oh, what's wrong with me? You know what I mean? Like, or I'm just like, that's the thing about trauma, like it pulling up when you are like,
it likes to poke you when you're down.
Right. Or, you know, even perspective shift. Am I really down right now? You know what I mean? It's actually like you have so much love around you right now, and this is trying to like take you out of it when really, you know, it's okay to cry and shed that. But also remember, like, and like I said in my speech, like looking at every single one of you in here, like these are happy tears, you know, and also sad tears, not for y'all, but for, you know, versions of myself that I'm still letting go.
Yes.
You know, and like the sober birthday type shit, like, no, I'm not drowning it in like no 1942, you know what I mean? Like I'm dead ass emotional, like in the moment.
Naturally.
Like, you know, naturally.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Because that's how I was feeling. We had our Sober Sunday conversation and like I like belted out shit that we never talked about. And you know, having that conversation that I had with Brandon, like he calls me and I'm like in deep of like, I don't know what I'm feeling, but this does not, like my stomach is just full of emotions and full of trauma and full of like, and I don't know what to do with any of it. And he called me and random as fuck, I'm sitting in the house by myself, like deep in thought, and he calls me and he's like, hey, how are you? Like, I think he was driving home and just wanted to chat. And like that phone call just like transformed into the most therapeutic growth. Like our friendship grew so much after that conversation. I just felt okay after it. And just being able to like let go of some stuff that like I didn't feel comfortable talking about to anyone helped me realize like, damn, I'm doing the damn thing, you know? And like
literally
you telling me that after we talked about it and Brandon literally telling me that, it's like, I knew that, I know that, but like having that time of reflection and not using anything as like a blockage of like, let me go get fucked up to feel better or like get this emotion out. No, let me sit in it and talk to myself or talk to somebody and get through it naturally.
Yeah,
you
let
don't
myself
need-
process it.
Yeah, process it.
But that is the hard thing, because the number one thing about sobriety that it's literally love-hate for me is being in it. Like, literally feeling
There's
and
nowhere to go
like
besides yourself.
right here. Right. I can't.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, I'm right here looking at me. Crazy work. Hate it. No, I'm kidding. I love it. Sometimes.
But yeah, the breakthroughs have been real this year, and I think us doing this podcast is a breakthrough within itself. Like, just being able to sit here, like, I didn't know I was gonna tell everyone that I did cocaine, but I think it needs to be said. Like, I think we need to start really breaking down that vulnerability.
Yeah, because again, just when people say drugs and alcohol, like, that's by design, that it's separated away, as if it's not like the actual big kahuna out of all of them, you know? And I feel like low-key in 30 years or whatever, hopefully sooner than later, there's going to be the Surgeon's General warning on, like, alcohol bottles, or, you know, kind of how cigarettes made that flip. Like, gosh, I was going somewhere. Can't remember. Can't remember.
That's fine.
But I would like to also say, with how we celebrate now, never in my life have I completed workouts on my birthdays until I got sober. And, you know, I highly recommend. Like, it just feels so good to not be hungover on your birthday. It feels good to be able to, like, do the activities that you set. You're not drinking to keep going. You're not just, I don't know, being in that superficial plane, you know, like, I've been very grateful for that experience and giving myself that gift to see it, because, you know, there's so many ways that you can celebrate something, and, like, being comfortable with yourself. Like, that's honestly one of my favorite things about it. Like, oh my God, like, I like me, you know? Like, I'm pretty cool.
I love that corny shit though too. Like, I like, you know, waking up and just doing the basics of going to the gym, like on your birthday, celebrating a milestone. Going for a workout is a huge celebration. Like, if your body can move and keep up with a workout, like, that's just a celebration within itself.
In and of itself, like, such a blessing.
Like,
for real.
Like, sobriety, cool, all of that stuff, but just like being just being physically healthy is just a huge thing. And I hope that people, like, really start to realize that and move forward with that, because on top of, like, not doing drugs and alcohol, you got to realize, like, your body needs to be taken care of too when it comes to the health and well-being overall. So,
and to get there, you know, like we were saying, you got to be ready, but some of this will naturally follow once you start working the muscle. Because for me, it was walking. That's like what got me into my fitness journey, being sober. When I tell you, I used to walk sometimes 5 miles, like, I'd be out there 2 hours, you know, and just walking until my mind was quiet, walking until, like, you know, I'm listening to my music or whatever, and I'm just vibing, you know. And that was such a lifeline. Like, I walked, and then I felt ready to, like, upgrade my membership almost a year later. Like, there were, you know, I was doing Orange Theory. I was incorporating different things just to see what I like.
Orange Theory?
Yeah, I was locked into Orange Theory. I was like that.
You were like, oh my.
Yes, OT.
With your rings and all that stuff.
I was not playing, and that was a lifesaver. Like, just being able to push myself in that way. And I was trying a lot of different things, like going skating, doing yoga, Orange Theory, like, you know, gymming with y'all, walking, like, just adding more tools to the box. Like, okay, normally I would be doing this right now, so well, fuck it, let me try this and see what it does. And it's like, LOL, joke's on you. Now you walk every day, you know,
well,
to clear your head, or before, full push-ups, like, military.
I don't know. Can you give us 5?
Bye. I'm not doing that shit right now. No, but I can do more than 5.
Follow Drew's fitness journey.
Which, honestly, we need to. Okay, to be
have a
fair,
page.
my new job, I walk like 7 to 8 miles every time I work.
Yes.
So
in the heat.
In the heat, and I'm like, you know, lifting heavy trays, squatting down. So I have not been as much of a gym girly since I started that job, but it still kept me right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would like to, especially once we're in off season, like I definitely want to get back into weightlifting. I just literally be so exhausted sometimes that I'm like, that's enough. But you know, your girl's maintained, so.
Yeah, you look great, babe.
Thanks, you do too. Can we get into the haircut?
Okay, so we are going to Newport this weekend, guys. So by the time you see this, we'll probably
be ending the vacay.
We'll probably be coming back, and we went and did a beach day last year for my birthday, and it was just so fantastic that we are going to do it again times 10. Now that we've done it with very minimal tools last year, we kind of like equipped and got and prepared for this one correctly, and it's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna
be such a vibe.
Yeah, and we're gonna be sober, and we're gonna do our thing.
And here's the thing that I want people to get from this, Avi. Like, being sober is lit. Like, truly, once you give yourself the gift of time, and you start to breathe life back into yourself, and then you start to see like, oh, I'm actually having fun again. Yes. Like, it does
like that kid feeling.
Yes, like when I tell you last year, I already like loved y'all. You feel me? Like we was already locked in. But when I tell you the way I laughed on that trip, like tears in my eyes, constantly, belly hurting.
Nicholas lobster ass on the beach,
cooked. Like we had such a time, and then also the chaos of us all like
our
being like siblings and stuff. Just like you said the other day when I was like fussing on the phone, but like you're like, we're all ourselves, and I love that. You know, because, and I think that's what makes us so great.
Correct.
And what has been so supportive about this, like we
see
each other. And you know, last year that was following when I had went to Mexico, and that trip really showed me like, I feel like the possibilities, you know, like this is my first, like, and mind you, my friend who went to Mexico with me, she didn't drink on that trip. And I remember at one point I was like, oh, like if you want to order something, like, and she like, I'm cool, you know. And
wow,
even though I wasn't going to tell her, no, you can't, like I needed that. And then to go on another trip, and it was just like, God was like, see, look at you with your community though, you know, like look at you with other people, like-minded people around you, and how much fun you're having. And you don't need none of that.
It's coming to you
naturally, and you're literally being your unhinged ass self. You know what I mean? Like that powerful, you know. And it gave me more momentum to keep, like, there can be more events. Again, like I was talking about, like traveling to Europe sober, travel, you know, I travel a lot. So every trip since then, I've been able to do that. But I really feel like Laguna last year, like took it up a notch for me. And I'm so excited for this year. And, you know, for anyone watching, like it's possible to do this, but you just gotta be patient, you know. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get back to what you used to do.
Yeah. But,
you know, now we're just like, I don't know. It's just like we're even sexier from like last year.
No, for real.
Like, y'all don't even know. I can't wait. I'm so proud of us. I am, you know, birthdays. Ooh, flip your thingy. You upside down. You upside down, boo.
Cut.
So we're gonna be introducing our segment.
This is our first time.
Okay, we're working on it. Introducing our new segment,
On the Rocks.
On the Rocks, where we're going to be discussing recent...
Triggerianas.
Because you know how I be adding Anna after everything. I'd have to figure out how to say that one. But anyways, recent triggers.
Recent triggers.
And how we work through them.
Do you want to go first?
I'm trying to think. Okay, so at work, usually, at this point, like, I'm pretty good. Like, I work around alcohol, but whatever. But I had a group. They were actually from my hometown. If you watching, shout out 253. But they were out here. They said, "Hey, can we get like 5 shots of Hennessy?" You know what I mean? I said, "Oh, all right." Like, you know, that's how we're starting. Cool. And I had them on my tray, and walking with it was like the smell. So I may have mentioned this, but since being sober, my like sense of smell is oddly like intense.
Ooh.
I can always tell if somebody has been drinking. I can smell it on you, and I hate that. I don't enjoy that, because then it makes me think like, how?
Yeah.
Oh, what you been doing? But anyways, I can always tell if alcohol's around, on your breath, blah blah blah. Cool. So I'm walking with this, and it's literally like the scent of the liquor like wraps around me, you know, and I almost feel like dizzy, you know, like, oh my God, this is so strong. And like, I used to like be henny down, you know what I mean? And it like smells kind of nasty to me, but then it's like it's trying to romanticize itself again. And I just like, when I set it down, like I literally needed a second, because I'm just like, it was like intrusive thought, like, oh, you want a shot? Like, that just thought in my head, like, oh.
It's just a shot.
Just take a sip.
Yeah.
Come on. And that, my friend, is the most... Sobriety is a trip, because you have to constantly your mind is always going to try to convince you that you're cool now. Like, I mean, you could have one, because that old friend who's like tied up in the closet, gagged, like, you don't need me, like, you know, poking her head out the door, like, yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah, like, girl, just take a sip, take a sip. And you're like, babe.
Yeah.
No, but sometimes it still sounds like, oh, like, you know, like that kind of teeter-totter, even though I will literally say out loud to myself, like, I get to be sober. There is nothing that can do for me, except I might feel okay for 2 seconds, but that anxiety that's going to come right after that, because I'm going to feel disappointed in myself, because I'm going to feel like I let myself down. Like,
just the ball just
I can't
dropping.
Literally, me and Nikki joke about this all the time. Like, I will be on a bender for 3 fucking days, losing my mind.
Yeah.
But in this moment, like, yeah, constantly, it just looks good. I can be watching something, and then I just see, you know, pouring over the rocks, you know, some whiskey or whatever, and that person takes the drink and they're reading or looking at whatever, and I'm like,
yeah. Or Beyonce's. I'm like, damn, I would love to
Sir
try
Whiskey.
Beyonce's.
I didn't even get a chance
I'd
to
love
try it.
to try it.
I would have loved to, but when I was at the concert, I said, "Oh, okay," you know.
They had it at the concert?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's marketing right there.
Oh yeah, but I was like, hey, I have also had my opportunities, you know what I mean? Like, not that you have one, you've had it all, but like, I know what whiskey's giving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, at this juncture in the timeline, like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, I know I'm actually not missing out. It's the illusion of missing out. But that's kind of like my on the rocks moment. Like, the triggers of just like, you know, being a social adult and still wanting to engage and have fun, and like having to, that's the world we live in, you know, like sometimes I can control my environment, of course, but like, you know, this is my job, or when I'm invited to other events or people who want to hang out with me, and I have to, you know, like be disciplined in that way.
Yeah.
It gets me a lot of respect, you know, and even for myself, like people will say like, yo, for you to like be here and be chilling and stuff, like props to you, but that doesn't always mean it's easy. And that doesn't mean that those thoughts still aren't there. Because they are. And they are waiting.
There always will be.
Yeah, and they're waiting. It's a trip. They're waiting for like
Yeah.
the right time, or slip in the lining. And that's why community is so important. The work is so important. This is so important, because it's not easy.
All right, so my sober on the rocks trigger, most recent is I was on the pickleball courts at Sunset Park.
Whoa.
So the pickleball courts at Sunset Park, and we're all there, and like one of the dudes show up, and he brings his ice chest, and like we're all playing, music's going, vibing, whatever, and like I go over to say hello, and like he's like, you want a beer? And obviously he didn't know, like
right.
he didn't know I was sober, so he's like, you want a beer? And I'm like, no, I'm good. And he's like, come on, it's just a beer. And I was like, right, I'm about to fucking freak out. I'm leaving right now. So he's like, come on, it's just a beer. And I was like, no, I'm okay, I'm fine. And he was like, come on, it's just a beer. And I'm like,
literally, I'm okay. I'm about to crash
So
out.
literally asked me 3 times. And for some reason, I couldn't tell him that like I was sober. Like for some reason, I couldn't like be like, I'm sober, or like, I don't drink. Like I couldn't even say I don't drink. Like there was just some weird, like all of this energy came to me of like just blockage of being so strong in my sobriety. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And I just couldn't be like, hey, yeah, I'm sober, or like, like thank you, but I'm not drinking
cool.
tonight. I don't want a beer tonight. I couldn't even say, it was just so triggering that he just like nonchalantly threw me. And like in my head, I'm like everyone knows I'm gay, or like, in my head, I'm like, everyone knows I'm gay, everyone knows I'm sober, everyone knows I'm black. Like, like that's just kind of my mindset sometimes. And when he did that, I was like,
Right. Like I'm literally stuck right now.
I was so stuck. And like,
ooh,
I told, that was just good, right? I talked to Nikki Saturn about it. He was like, why couldn't you just tell him you didn't want to have a beer? And like, it blew my mind. I was like, I didn't even need to tell him I'm sober if I didn't want to. I could have just said I don't want to drink. But for some reason, I couldn't do that. And it was just so crazy.
How have you kind of reflected on that since then? Like,
well, the reflection really was like, moving forward, if someone offers me something and I'm not comfortable saying I'm sober, first of all, I should be comfortable saying I'm sober. But if that does happen again, I don't need a drink tonight. I'm not drinking tonight.
I'm not drinking tonight. That's like a great.
That's what I kind of like reflected on. Like, I'm not drinking tonight. If I'm like in that moment of like, I don't want to, go down the I'm sober route, just say I'm not drinking tonight.
Isn't it crazy how we have to have so many like things in our toolbox of like, what do I say in this situation?
I'm sober.
Leave me alone. Like, please,
like,
that's it. That's it. I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
And one of those things, one thing I think, sorry, I keep saying that. When I say
maybe
like
more
I'm
than one thing.
like I'm hanging my jersey's hung up, or like it completely missed me. I don't even know what you're
Okay. Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Because you kept saying one thing, but you're saying multiple things.
One thing.
Got me tripping. It's this one thing.
It's it.
That is a banger.
Yeah. It's one thing. It's more than one thing. It's hella things. It's like all the things.
Okay. You remember what you're talking about?
No.
Okay. So, huh?
It's kind of like the same thing. You were triggered to say the word
Cocaine. Exactly.
Oh, yes. Like being triggered and feeling like you can't say something.
So Jabba just asked me,
okay.
Jabba just asked me if it was similar to when I was triggered on earlier saying that, I used to do cocaine heavily. Do I say it?
Yes. Like,
oh my God.
I know.
Right?
if you don't feel
What do you think?
comfortable with it.
Yeah, you could just be like, look, if you in Vegas, Like the party, I was partying, okay?
So I
Read
say
between the
cocaine?
lines.
You can say booger sugar.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say that white girl.
We're
You could
getting
say
vulnerable
that,
here, y'all.
But like I can tell you, a lot of people that were like that into coke in Vegas are in your demographic.
Yeah.
No, they are. And
Yeah.
honestly, you don't have to be alone in it.
Okay.
Came.
Yes, that's why we're here. And yes, it's for some reason I'm so embarrassed, and I'm here we are. I'm embarrassed that I did that shit, and I'm embarrassed of myself because of the time that I wasted, and that's fine. But you know, I'm fucking pushing forward, and that's the main thing that we're here for.
We don't have to hold on to the shame, because
Yeah.
that's what keeps people not wanting to be sober.
Exactly, because they're embarrassed too.
Yeah, this is part of the accountability. There's plenty of cringe ass fucking moments over the past 10 years that I'm like, my God. But you know what? Whatever. Character development, part of the plot. I would not be able to be...
Part of the plot.
I wouldn't be able to be Drew today if I was not carried by Drew 10 years ago, Drew 5 years ago, Drew 2 years ago. Like she actually did the hardest fucking thing possible, you know, and that was like, I'm going to try to do the thing. And I want anybody who's listening right now, like, you know, I know we all carry shame and grief and things in different ways, and we're still actively working through that, okay? Because there are plenty of things that I still feel too, but it's like, yeah, we was out here, we were partying, yes. We were doing drugs, drinking, all of that, okay, yes. Not anymore, you know what I mean? Like we had to go through it to get to the other side of it, like that's a part of our path, and we were blessed to be able to sit here and talk about it. So many people don't get to actually be on the other side.
Oh my God.
And that's what I want this to reach that person. I want, you know, that person who's listening who feels like there's no way out. There is a way out. It may not seem like it, but like, you know, that's when you got to dig into yourself and be like, I want this. And I'm going to take it one day at a time, because that's all you can fucking do. Me 2 years ago could not have imagined, like, you taking this one step forward today. Look at where it's gonna lead you. So yes, like, we did some shameful shit. A lot of it was fun.
Hell yeah,
had a lot of fun. Okay, and even with that being said, like, our perspective now, you know, like, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to feel the high of the high and the lows of that high. You know, and even in being sober, I still feel like I am an anxious person, but the level of anxiety back then and panic and the negative whatever, like, now I can check that. I can realize, like, hey, not everything that you think is true. And that little voice in there, you know, that's a part of you that she doesn't want to die. So she's still trying to, like, pop up and make herself relevant to you. And that, you know, that is sad, because it's like, dang girl, you know, in Inside Out, when she's talking to, what is it, like Bing Bong or her old little toy, and he's like saying goodbye to her, and he like fades to the background like this. If you watch Inside Out, you know what I'm talking about. But that's what it is, like, you know, your old self, they got you through that though. They were there. And, you know, now it's like, hey, everything that you've given me, thank you, but like, you can rest. It doesn't want to though. So like that, the part of the grief and the shame and stuff, like, okay, these were versions of myself that had to be necessary for me to even sit here looking as polished and successful and all of these things, like, for this to happen. And yeah, we're not, just like we were talking about AA, hey, we're not that different. You know, it looks like that because of ego and like, oh, well, my alcoholism looks this way, so it's better than yours. It's not. We're both in them trenches. So like,
we're both at this table.
We're both actually, and like I said, it's progressive. So I may not be as bad as you yet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That don't mean it's not coming.
It could happen, yeah. You
know, and just thinking about like us, you're literally about to turn 30 next year. Like, every birthday I've had in my 30s, except my actual 30th, has been sober. Yeah. And that's just like the path I want to leave for the life that I know is already mine. And, you know, like, our higher selves were already coaching us at the lowest of lows, because even for us to have seen it in our head, you know, it's already real. So like, yeah, you know, I just don't want people to like get too down in the dumps about where they've been or who you might be currently, because that that's like one small speck when you zoom out to the big picture. Like people could be like, okay, you drunk ass, like, and I mean, people have said this to me anyway, like, you know, I don't want to rock with you no more, da 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 da, you need to get it together, whatever, and that's cool. And that doesn't mean that every friendship or whatever that was lost is owed to me to have back, because I've hurt people, you know, like, or things have happened, but that was a part of like literally my development, so I can make different choices and also be an example of like, hey, I'm not what I used to be, you know what I mean? And like, and I can hold myself accountable, you know, to what was going on. A lot of stuff I wouldn't have been able to acknowledge it if I didn't like take this time to really see, you know, different perspective. Like, dang, I actually kind of was out of pocket, even though in this situation it was big victim energy. Nobody likes me, everybody's acting funny, when really now I'm like, dang, you see what that liquor do? You see what it do? You see what it do? Clouding everything. Like, that's not actually what happened, girl.
Yeah. So our next segment is sobriety is a trip.
Yes.
This segment, we're going to talk about the best and worst of sobriety thus far. I'll go first.
Yeah.
So the best of sobriety thus far for me is not having to hide the fact that I'm high. So like, I feel like I would like smoking weed, you know, cocaine. Like, I feel like I would always be like, oh my God, they know I'm high, or oh my God, like
the paranoia.
Yeah, the paranoia. Like,
oh my God, they can see it.
Like, oh my God, this fucking cop knows I got a bag of cocaine in my pocket. Like, oh my God, like that fucking feeling.
Help.
I'm so glad I don't gotta worry about that shit no more.
The anxiety.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, oh my God.
Yes. Thinking people are always like clocking you.
Yeah. That is the best feeling ever. I don't worry about that shit, because I'm not doing that shit. Like, you gotta worry about me doing it. Shit.
Man, I ain't doing that
I'm
shit.
chilling over here. And the worst is the worst thing about sobriety thus far is, I mean, I just can't go to bars anymore. Bars are not the same vibe as they used to be. Like, sure, I can go to a bar, like someone celebrating a birthday or wants me to come or whatever the situation, I'll show up, but like, I'm not going to be there long.
Yeah.
I'll show up, have a water or whatever, have a mocktail, but just the vibe there is like, you're promoting alcohol. It's just not...
Yeah, it's like, it's just not.
It just doesn't make sense.
It's not giving.
To be there, you know? So that's my best and worst.
For me, the best. That makes me think of the Marvin Sapp. He saw the best in me. Gospel. Y'all get into it.
Come on.
But, let me not, because I will sing that song. Anyways, the best, I would say, you know, this morning, I was laying in bed. It's probably like 4. I woke up and I was just like, you know, I got a new bed. So I've just been loving going to sleep every night. And I was under my new duvet.
You're like
and
Beyonce
my room.
on stage during the concert.
Yes, literally. And you know, like, I had the fan going. I'm just in my lovely bed. I'm in my house, and I'm just like, I just was in such gratitude. Like, I literally said out loud, like, I'm so grateful for my house. I'm so grateful for my home, and like, and these nice ass sheets I have, and like that I'm by myself, and that I get to like do this process kind of by myself. I don't have the weight of a child or even like a partner, you know. I get the privilege to navigate this, and you know, just like so cozy, like in my home. And I think the best is moments like that where I get to really like smell the roses, you know. Like the best moments to me are when I appreciate like this, I notice like the smallest things, like the little pigeons at my job walking around. They crack me up so much because I feel like, you know, like I just notice how they're moving around and it's funny to me. Or like I can see just the beauty in moments, you know, just everyday life. Like I have like a different appreciation.
The clouds moving
for everything, like can make me weep, you know, like literally I see things.
I love that.
And I'm just like, oh, you know, like that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Those are some of my favorite moments, like being present and showing up, you know, not having anxiety about what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
Or what I said. I'm 10 toes about what I said. If I said it with my clear ass mind.
Come on.
So
Come on.
It is what it is. The worst would probably be, confronting every fucking thing that is has been buried very deep in here. And it's just popping up. Whoop, 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 whoop. Like, oh hey girl. Like, okay, we've now reached level 2 of this issue.
We're going to talk about this
We're
now.
going to rehash it again because there's something else that you haven't, now we're here, so you're able to actually process this in a different way.
Wow.
Can't stand that. It's good for the development.
That's the worst, really?
Yes, because
Fair.
I'm
that's fair.
me versus me. Me dealing with things that hurt and don't feel good.
You don't like that.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm shaking my head. I don't like it.
I love that shit because I'm right now I'm in that and I'm super emotional, but it feels good. I just feel I feel like I'm purging.
And it's not even something that I'd say I fully hate. It's just the growing pains of it. It just unpacking your entire self and being we're only relatively 2 years old. We're still babies in this.
Wow.
And navigating what it's like to be fresh in this environment and with all these feelings.
Yeah.
So it's not always a bad thing. It's just a hard thing.
Yeah. All right, last one. Last segment is
last call. Last call.
All right, so last call will be the last takeaway that we have from each episode. So last call for me, of course, I felt like I really, what's it called? Opening the third wall or whatever?
What you mean?
I feel like I opened up a lot on this episode, but opening the third wall.
Breaking the fourth wall?
Breaking the fourth wall. I feel like I broke the fourth wall in a sense today on this episode because I thought I wasn't going to talk about, I did cocaine. I thought I wouldn't be saying that for a minute, but today I just felt it. Today's the day. My birthday's tomorrow.
His birthday's tomorrow.
He
got his haircut. He looking good.
Yeah, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. 2 years sober.
Fuck yeah.
Life is good right now, and I want you guys to know that it does get better if you do go sober. If you're struggling with drugs and alcohol, go to a meeting. Check out our podcast. There are resources out there for you to try this route.
I'm telling you, you'll never regret being sober.
Yeah. So that's my takeaway from this episode. What's your last call?
My last call would be, maybe I'll have to put that on the next episode because we gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Last call.
Real quick.
Fuck, I don't know.
What took you? What was your biggest takeaway from this episode, babe?
Biggest takeaway is that
What comes to mind?
The shame and the guilt does not have to stop you. Those are things that are just gonna help illuminate what needs to be worked on and what you need to acknowledge and tap back in. And we're doing that every day. And it's a process. It's a long game.
And enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process. But we gotta get out of here before we get fined. So we love y'all.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next episode.
Bye, Shawtys.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Sal.
And cut.
And cut.
Wow, that was a good one, guys. Okay, let's go. So our next segment is
Sobriety is a trip.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And one of those things. One thing I think. Yeah, I had. Sorry, I keep saying that. When I say
Maybe more than
I'm.
one thing.
I'm hanging the. My jersey's hung up, or it completely missed me. I don't even know what you're
Okay. Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Because you kept saying one thing, but you're saying multiple things.
One thing. Yeah. It's one thing. It's more than one thing. It's hella things. It's like all the things.
Okay. Wow, that was a good one, guys. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Drop.